What up, everybody? This is Dario Hunt with Living Life Fearless, back with my reaction for Vince Staples' latest EP, Prima Donna. I'll admit it, I was late to the Vince Staples hype train. I really wasn't checking for any of his stuff until after I heard him with James Blake on that crazy song, Timeless. I don't know if it was a remix or whatnot, but it was fire. After that, you know how to go back and check out his catalog and see what he actually had out there. And Summertime '06 quickly became one of my favorite albums, maybe of the past 3 to 5 years. I think the thing that drew me to him most and why I liked what he was doing was just show how fearless he was in both his production and his songwriting. Like, he was not afraid to go there in his storytelling, or he was not afraid to experiment when it came to his production. It just didn't sound like anything that was really out there in today's music. That same trend continues with Prima Donna with the production, which she's working with Rick Rubin on a lot of these tracks, and even has James Blake producing big time. Working with these different producers, you can hear kind of how experimental a lot of his production was and how different it is from a lot of his past work. Smile is basically a rock song, rock rap song, and it's got heavy guitars and all the trappings of a crossover rock rap song. War Ready is stripped down and very minimalist, and Big Time, which is produced by James Blake, is frenetic as hell. The whole project sounded very conceptual, and a lot of these songs don't necessarily follow a through narrative. They're all kind of just one-offs and put together as almost a mixtape. And while I don't think all the concepts necessarily worked out perfectly or gelled together, I do appreciate, a lot of the fearlessness he had in trying these concepts and trying out these new production and new sounds. While the production may sound different than a lot of his earlier work, his lyrics, his songwriting, and his delivery are still true Vince Staples fashion. He still paints that vivid picture of growing up in Long Beach and kind of living through that gangster lifestyle and having to navigate through the trials of life. And he delivers these bars in such a matter of factness that has made him so endearing to a lot of his fans. One of my favorite tracks off of Prima Donna was War Ready, and the minimalist production allowed Vince to lay down some very heavy bars about struggling with the pressures of his surroundings and having to be war ready at all times. While on the opposite end of the spectrum, Big Time is just pure braggadocio. I found Prima Donna to kind of be all over the place, especially with the various different production and concepts that he had going on. But it shows just how confident Vince is right now in his music and his craft, and I'm very excited to see what he has upcoming next. Have you heard Prima Donna? What do you think about it? Do you think it's strayed too far from his past work, or do you think it was a refreshing thing to hear? Let me know in the comments below, and be sure to head over to Living Life Fearless and leave a rating for the album. About the bullet, fucking with the feeling, fuck around and pull it, limit.